it's arguable anyway. One can at least speculate that what they were thinking, if there was a lot of rational thought going into this, that they were keeping Islamic theocracy from coming to the United States of America. Even the Daily Oklahoman says this law is just utterly unnecessary.
Wow.
And that's they were against it. Say what you want to about the Daily Oklahoman, but they're generally a pretty conservative newspaper. And when the Daily Oklahoman comes along and says, "Don't pass this law; it's going to do more harm than good. It's unnecessary," but it's difficult, I think, when people get afraid to make them reason and listen to facts. And I think there's just a lot of fear. I don't think they were thinking as much as they were just reacting out of fear that they're somehow afraid, and they've been made to be afraid by, I have to say it, ministers and politicians and radio talk show hosts and people like that who, for their own political purposes to gain power and keep it, they have to pick a group of people to demonize just so that they can, gain power and keep it. And right now, the people who are chosen are Muslim folks, I'm sure, in the wake of 9/11 and all that. So I think it's more fear than it is anything else.
Right. I would say it's not so much as what they were thinking, more so than what they were told to think about it. And this really had a successful campaign of misinformation about what Sharia was, about what Muslims were about. And these people were led to believe that, again, we're looking at an amendment that was titled the Save Our State Amendment. They were told about this looming threat of a creeping Sharia, a threat to the Judeo-Christian values of the state, and is just inaccurate and misinformed because Judeo-Christian values, as Muslim can tell you, are actually Muslim values. The Abrahamic faiths, these are Abrahamic values that Muslims believe in as well. There was nothing incompatible about Sharia or Islam and the values that we hold dear in Oklahoma. So what we had was a campaign that was funded by a number of organizations and endorsed by politicians that saw the benefit in marginalizing and targeting a minority community, demonizing them, and then reaping the benefits, in this case, political benefits of doing that. And a lot of Oklahomans were misinformed. I don't think they actually had the ill intent of demonizing and targeting the Muslim community. But if you watched a lot of the newspaper ads or watched the commercials on TV or the debates on TV, Oklahomans were led to believe that there was a serious threat. And we really can't blame people that would have no reason to know better. But it's the people that did know better, the politicians that did know better, the ones that knew that Sharia was not a threat to Oklahoma, the ones that knew that it was impossible for some type of Islamic law to take over our courts, yet they willfully and deliberately misinformed our voters. I think the greater question is, what were they thinking? What were the leaders of this campaign thinking?
Exactly. And there was a full-page ad taken out, was there not, in one of the papers? Was it the Daily Oklahoman? Or
when he say well-funded, I mean, actually, my wife received a call. There was a recording being called, if you don't vote for 755, you're going to be abused as a woman in Oklahoma. There's going to be lashes being inflicted on you and so on and so forth. The campaign was very well funded. There was newspaper ads, the call-in of the voters a week before the vote, citing an overturned case that happened somewhere in New Jersey. And really, there are those people who thought they were coming out to vote for that question to save their state. The politics of fear, as been mentioned here, brings people to the poll, and that was the aim of that.